To be honest, my memory's a little fried, and that's because of some other shit I really shouldn't say on camera.
Okay, so Kiki, I'm still a little mad at you, girl. No fronting. Because that ass. Because okay, Kiki. This chick.
Just do something rather than just sit at home and eat all day.
People wanna have a glass of wine, wanna eat a donut, you know?
Oh, so it's uncomfortable. Like the dude hit, like, bro, y'all should have seen it. And I say, look, I'm wrong, but no, he gonna get beat. B-side.
Look, man, I think it's saying shit out of context, but like, trust you me, there's gonna be something that you
Run it up.
I want to be a millionaire. This is what it's going to take for me to be a millionaire.
You came so far, so like, what's the point of stopping now? You know what I'm saying? It's just like me saying, you know, run, Forrest, run, and he stopped running.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Transparent Podcast. We have a very, very special guest with us today. Hey, man, could you introduce yourself, let them know your name, and then where you from?
My real name is Rymer. That shit crazy because I make music. But I'm from the reservation, bro. Small ass tiny res in Canada, yeah. Like small as fuck, right? Like
Damn.
probably like 400 people.
Dang, man. The reservation. You my
Yeah,
first.
the res.
Yeah, hit me with that one.
Yeah, the res, middle of nowhere, no cell service, nothing, bro.
Man, okay. So, you don't mind me asking, what's like your nationality? Like,
I'm native.
pure native? Or,
my nationality
yeah.
is Canadian, but
Okay.
I'd rather be native than Canadian, so I'm native. Hell yeah.
Hey, I respect it.
Indigenous.
First one. And everybody, as y'all can see, we got Coco on the podcast.
Yeah.
He wilding out a little bit, but we're gonna try to keep him under wraps. But just for my viewers, obviously this is your first time on my platform. Just tell them a little bit about yourself, your life growing up, and then kind of lead us into what it is that you do and like kind of how you got started into all the things it is that you do.
So what I be doing is I'm like, first of all, before everything, I'm an artist, and my main focus in life is just to create. Doesn't matter what I'm creating. It could be clothes, it could be the music that I make, it could be somebody else's image, my image. It doesn't really matter. Movies, I like all that shit, bruh. But secondly, I'm an entrepreneur. I love business, bro. I love learning business. I love figuring out ways to make money without putting all my effort into it. Like,
Exactly.
my main goal with this entrepreneurship is to be my own boss, but not in a way that I'm a laborer at the same time. A lot of motherfuckers get into business and build companies to be laborers to their own shit, and I don't want to do that.
So like, okay, I see what you're saying. Being a boss without saying, hey, I'm a boss, but now I'm doing everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But actually
Systems.
really being a boss.
Systems, bro. SYSTEM. I heard somebody say that shit stands for like saving yourself time, energy, and money. And that's the goal.
Never heard that. That's
Yeah.
what's up. So, so you grew up Canada mainly, and then so obviously out here now. But like, tell us just kind of how that the transition happened out here, and just kind of like, I don't know, maybe what's some differences from being out there and then being here in the U.S. and just I don't know, what was it just
that
like?
shit was a trip when I first moved here, bro. It was like, I moved here when I was 10 years old, and my mom married my stepdad, who was in the military.
Okay.
But I moved to America when I was 10 years old, and that shit was a trip. Because, like, anybody where I'm from, they don't make it off the fucking res, right? Everybody's stuck there for the rest of their life. They're cool with the shit. And at one point in my life, I was cool with the shit. I did not want to leave. I was low-key salty at my mom, like, why would you take me out the res, bruh? But at the end of the day, that shit was a big blessing because, like, now I have this mindset, a rich mindset, where I know I could do anything in life and become good at it and master this shit and build wealth at the same time, which is like a blessing to me because a lot of my cousins don't get to experience that shit. Like, everybody where I'm from, they just go work in these mines.
Yeah.
And we're really just laborers, like shoveling our gold into the thieves' pockets who are in like Europe, and they're just like making billions off of our land, and we're making like fucking wage pays every year type shit. Wow. So that shit was a blessing when I first moved here, like, cause I was like, but when I first moved here, like, to myself, I hated that shit. I was like, send me back to the res, because there's so much shit, like cars moving fast, like people everywhere. It was like system overload for my ass, cause like it was so crazy. It was a big ass culture shock. But I dead ass felt like I was. Have you seen fucking what's that movie called? It has Jim Carrey in it, and the Truman Show. You seen that shit?
Dang, I know. I don't think.
Bro, that movie
I might have
is
to check
crazy.
that one out.
So I felt like I was in the Truman Show. So the movie's about this kid, this motherfucker who was a baby who grew up on a TV show, but he doesn't know he's on the TV show.
And so the whole time he's been on TV.
And everybody's trying to trick him to be like, no, this is real life, but there's actually he's on TV and there's real life outside of the movie set. That's what I felt like, bro. It was a trip because I would meet people who were like my cousins in different bodies, and I was like, are people fucking with me? Like, where are the cameras at? Because it just didn't feel, it was such a culture shock, it didn't feel real. Like, especially meeting people, like you met people in like the same person in a different body, have you?
I think it's multiple.
Yeah, oh my god, bro.
Doppelgangers, everything.
Yeah, oh god, bro. I went through that and I was tripping. Like, I would go to sleep every night. I just feel, and this was when I was in like 6th grade, and I would go to sleep and be like, damn, like I feel like tomorrow they're gonna be like, ha, we got your ass. It was just a prank. But it never happened, bro. So I'm still in America. I'm still.
Throw the cold water on you.
Like, this shit is a dream. It didn't happen. I'm still in America.
Back to what you were saying. Obviously, you talking about the culture shock, all that good stuff. Being, in like the U.S. and dealing with like city life and all this other stuff. So tell us a little bit about, obviously, like you a fashionable, fashionable dude. Tell us like what, when you got here, I don't know if it started Canada or what have you, like what really inspired or caught your eye in fashion, and did it really start when you got out here in the U.S. or was it kind of just more?
Definitely really started when I got to the U.S. because I discovered Young Thug for real. But where I'm from, it's like the middle of nowhere. Like, we still living off the land and shit, hunting, doing all that shit. So the culture is like kind of like country culture, where it's like cowboy boots and camo, and you don't really give a fuck about what you wear because you a guy type shit. And there's that side of me, and then there's the America side of me. So I'm like this mashup of cultures. And I got to America, and when I first moved here, it was like 6th grade, so I was listening to Lil Wayne and all that shit. And then I moved to Colorado from Washington State, and that's when I started like discovering the new type of music, and there was Young Thug and all this shit, and I was like, damn, Young Thug wearing a dress, that shit fire as fuck.
It's funny you brought that up. I can't remember if it was I want to say it was I think it was an interview or something, because somebody asked him about that, and they was like, were you trying to just make a fashion statement or something?
He said, I got the stick in it.
Yeah, he said, I got something under these, and then and I think he said something too. He said it matched with the shoes or something. He was like, it was fire, like that outfit. He said I had to do it, but I think he really the first one that really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really just, you know what I mean? Didn't really care what nobody, but it was like he made it him to where it's like, you don't knock him and like, that's just Thug. You know what I mean?
That shit inspired the fuck out of me, because it was like, just to have, when I was younger, I didn't have like the confidence like I should have, because like, I don't know, just the environment I grew up around type shit. And then I grew up and saw this motherfucker with like unlimited confidence, like that much confidence to the point where he could wear that shit and not give a fuck. And I was like, that's inspiring, bro. Like, that's what I aspire to be, like that confident, where I can do shit like that and be like, I don't give a fuck what you gonna do about it type shit. And that shit was lit.
So too, do you do like or not photography, like photo shoots, different things like that too? And I know
what I really focus on is, my bad to cut you off, bro.
No, go ahead.
What I really focus on is like visual aesthetic, not in photography wise, but like actual visuals, like videography shit. Trying to make short films. Like, if you see my content on my Instagram, it's like,
it's kind of trippy.
Yeah, it's kind of like cinematic shit. That's the goal, to make shit cinematic, because when I look at my personal life, like, this shit's a movie, bro. There ain't no way. I be driving down the road thinking like, this shit has to be GTA, bro. I swear to God.
Real life
like,
GTA.
I feel like we live in a major ass simulation and people don't realize that shit. Like even down to the religious text and all that shit. Like I feel like people like I don't know, it's so hard to explain, bro. People look at that shit in a different way, and I don't know if you're religious or not. I'm not dissing that shit.
No,
I believe in God for real.
It's transparent. It's
Right?
transparent.
Yeah. But I look at like religious texts and shit and think like this shit is a trip because it's like a metaphor guide to life, and people look at it so seriously. Like for example, people think they're like, man was made in the image of God, so God must look like a human. But God is a universe, and if you look inside of our body, the shit is a universe. And I'd be sitting there thinking like, what if there's like cells inside of me going to the club right now? Like
clubbing.
And I feel like it's just like goes down, and doesn't end. And I'd be tripping out about life. I feel like this shit's a simulation for real.
Man, hey, it's so much to life that like I feel we would never even know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This stuff is just so complex and so it's like, man, like when people ask me, they're like, "Hey, you think aliens exist?" I'm like, maybe they do. I don't know. Like at this point, I really don't know. You know, there's so much stuff you can't really explain and stuff going on. But
and I dead ass feel like, and back to the original question, I just I took like a fat ass detour.
No, that was cool.
Back to the original question, like I feel like this shit is a movie, so I want to create movies type shit. Like on my Instagram, everything is like cinematic as fuck. It's like a movie. So when people go onto my Instagram and look through my shit, they're like, it's like they're seeing me, but the character I built.
It really is,
that I built type shit.
Yeah, the visuals is. Yeah, it's like you said, like something you see in a movie. It was like, man, it's just like it's for music, but it's like.
And it's a great way to promote my shit, and then on top of that, it's all shot on the iPhone for real.
Man, and two, it's crazy you say that because like people think like oh, if you shoot someone, it's like no. With a phone, it's like they so advanced now. It's darn near like you know what I mean?
4K, all that
like,
shit, bro.
Yeah,
it's
so
crazy.
You can do so much with it. I wanted to touch on too. So I know you do like a lot of different things. You said, do you have your own clothing brand, or are you making your own?
Yeah,
clothing
I have
brand?
a clothing brand, but it's so anonymous because I don't want people to really know it's me. But who gives a fuck? This is a transparent podcast.
Hey,
but my main, like I said, my main field of focus is music. So I have a clothing brand, but it's like if people see me promoting it, I'm never gonna be like, oh, go buy my clothes. I'm gonna be ski mask, striped up, and in the video, like buy that shit because I don't want people to correlate the clothes with the music, with the movies. I want it to all be separate.
Keep it separate.
Yeah, so it's not like people look at the clothes and think, oh, this is Zero Links merch. Like, nah, shit is a clothing brand. Like, shit gonna be in fashion shows. Kanye, fucking Uzi, who else? ASAP finna be wearing my shit, and that's what I want. And I don't want them to be like, oh, I'm wearing Zero Links' merch. No, you're wearing Arguments. But Arguments is spelled ARGVMNTS, and it's kind of like looks like an acronym, but it's spelled Arguments. But that's the brand for real. I've been working on. Let me show you real quick. I've been working on. I recently just made a couple mock-ups. Let me show you this shit.
Okay. And while you pulling it up, do you have I don't know, are you kind of making a little bit of everything, or are you kind of more like I don't know, jeans, or am I going with jackets or like hats? Or, I don't
mostly
know.
For this collection that I'm creating right now, it's gonna be mostly tops. I was thinking about some jean ideas to do. Like this is my brand. All of this shit is my brand, except for the shoes. But
okay.
Like, appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
I've been trying to think of like so many different ways to do the collection, but for the first collection, I think I'm just gonna do tops, and then like have the next collection be bottoms, and then eventually put out a full collection of everything type shit.
Okay.
And yeah, I want to do everything.
That's dope, man. Eventually, I want to get some transparent merch.
Look at this though. Arguments. That was like mad Adidas inspired.
Dang, this is tough.
And then I got like this jersey. Look at this shit. That's crazy. And I make all the logos, graphic design, and all that shit. But
bro,
I got a tech pack, dude. Cause systems, y'all. SYSTEM. Save yourself time, effort, and money.
I would definitely cop. Those, man, you got some. Yeah, that's your design is different, but it's hard. I can definitely see like some like I think I know because I watch boxing, you know, and I know they come out with like different fashion stuff, but like I can see some people I know that be on the big screen like rocking something like that. You know what I mean?
Easy, too easy actually.
That's tough.
Speaking of fucking boxing though, bro, what did you think of that Ryan Garcia fight?
Oh man! All right, so if you're because they probably wonder too. They know. So me, I'm not a Devin Haney fan by no means.
Yeah.
However, going into the fight, because of all the antics. Now look, I didn't genuinely believe Ryan Garcia was crazy, but he was like playing into the character of the role so much. I genuinely thought, I'm like, there's no way he can really be focusing on training because I'm like, he's going so overboard with the antics
every day.
I'm like, yo, that's energy.
Yeah, oh God.
Like, there's no way. And then what convinced me was when it was the clip where he was on the heavy bag. They zoomed in to Derrick James, the coach, and he just slid down and he put his head down. And they zoomed in, bro. They said, hey, somebody put the little dead emoji. They said, hey, bro, the trainer know Ryan's done for. And then zoomed into his face. At that point, I was like, as much as I don't like Haney, I'm like Garcia losing this fight. Like, I'm like Haney just go outbox him. It's gonna be like just the boxing, world class performance from Haney. But I was like, I kind of hope he get knocked out. But I was like, no, I don't think it's gonna happen. And then when the fight started, when it was, I think it was they zoomed in to when he was in the back room. Yeah. And I seen Ryan.
and like he crying.
Yeah, but some people, they were like, because I was watching the fight with a group, they were like, it's all him look folks or whatever. I'm like, he actually kind of looked, like he looked so just.
He got the violence.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know now. So then I'm like, I was like, I don't know if Haney gonna.
And then you go to Haney's locker room and he's all distracted ASAP Ferg.
Yeah, and then he in there dancing. You know what I mean? The powwow.
That shit is crazy.
But man, once the fight started and it started going the way it went, and then what was the first round? He caught him with.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I know how this going in.
Bro, I saw.
But that was a good fight. It was entertaining. The fans needed that.
Right? Oh my God, that was a good fight. All my homies were like, nah, bro. He better get fucked up. He's doing coke. He's drunk all the time. And I was like, let me just risk it and put my money on it. Because this shit was like negative like 600. It was like easy money, bro. Man, that surprised me for sure. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I'm not a big Haney dude. Well, like in the beginning, Haney was cool to me. Yeah. But he was like my favorite is Tank. I've always been a Tank fan. But when like Haney, to me it seemed like at some point, I think it was after he fought Kambosos twice. Yeah. It seemed like his head just got so big, and I don't know. To me, he started at his press conferences acting like somebody he wasn't, like this tough guy. And I was like, man, I hope somebody knock him out. I feel that shit.
But then, like when him and Ryan, when they start having like in the beginning, I would have just went for Ryan, like I hope he win. But then when he started doing all the antics, but hey, he fooled me.
Right, fool me.
I was like, there ain't no way he trained.
I thought he was on coke, like mad as fuck. He had to be. There ain't no way he wasn't, bro.
Hey, shout out to Ryan Garcia.
Shout out you, Ryan Garcia.
I owe you that
the whole world,
man. But that was a good fight.
Yeah.
He and whoever that judge that had it even at the end. Yeah. There was one judge. I'm like,
right,
on,
no
man.
way.
And then that ref too. Was it Harvey Lott? Sir, get your life together ASAP. No further.
I was watching this thing on TikTok and they were showing what the ref was doing. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I didn't even notice it in the fight. But like afterwards, like, damn, he was really playing with him.
Yeah, man. Oh, and just for Ryan Garcia, hey, pause, no Diddy.
Pause, no Diddy. He said, I'll put my dick in your mouth. It's like, oh, wait, pause, no Diddy.
Oh man, that was good for 2024. Yeah, because we know 2024 really started off with the Cat Williams interview, and it just went.
2024 is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you see the Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje fight?
Well, I'm not a big UFC dude, but I know of those guys.
That shit was crazy, bro. I was screaming in Buffalo Wild Wings. God damn.
See, make me hungry. Anyways.
Yeah.
So no, that's good, man. But I wanted to ask you too. From just the standpoint of like your craft with the videos and the fashion, all that good stuff, what is some advice you could give to someone out there that's looking to get into doing like videography type stuff, and then what's some advice you could give to someone who might be thinking about their own brand or don't really
advice
like
I
got the
can
courage
give
to start?
is just fucking do that shit, bro. I was the type of motherfucker when I first started thinking I need to go to the biggest studio. I need to get the best camera. I need to get the best things. I need to pay people to do this shit. Pay people to do this shit. But at the end of the day, people aren't gonna see your vision besides yo ass. Like the only person who can see your vision is you. And if you don't see your own vision and think you can do your own vision on your own, you're gonna be sitting there waiting for the next man, and that shit'll never get started, bruh. So I really just told myself, like, I don't give a fuck if I'm shooting off an iPhone camera. I don't care if I'm like spray painting on clothes to make it look cool, or cutting up clothes to make it look cool and turn it into my own piece instead of their piece. And my best advice I can give to anybody, especially the young motherfucking res kids, because res kids, like, I felt like I was fucked because I was a res kid. I thought I would never make it in anywhere, bruh. I'm finna be the biggest one. So my best advice I give to all of y'all who are trying to do your own shit, be your own boss, just do that shit. Don't sit there and wait. If you don't know how to do it, pick up YouTube. We're in the age of the internet, and the internet changed everything, bro.
Yeah, man.
I can go on YouTube and go on Social Proof podcast. Shout out to fucking Social Proof.
Yeah, shout out to Social Proof.
I could learn this Airbnb shit. I could learn this short-term rental, leveraging credit, all of that shit, and that's what I'm doing right now. I don't need to buy a fat-ass course. All I need to do is have the effort and energy to put towards myself. A lot of people want to put their effort and energy outwards and not inwards, but our personal reality is created by our personality, and if our personality's fucked up thinking we can't do it, then the person who says they can't and the person who says they can are both right.
Man.
Right?
I mean, you said it the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, man.
Oh God, bro.
Dang, that's good. Dude, man, do you have I don't know, do you have anything you want to say that's like coming out soon, or anything you want to promote? Is there any music to look forward to? What do you got cooking up? Like, what's some goals, I guess, for the year or 2025? I don't know.
So for 2025 is just to remain on this winning streak. Everything I'm winning every time, even if I go through a green light, or even if I'm driving up to a red light and it turns green, it's a fucking winning streak. So that's the goal for the whole 10 years from this podcast. 20 years is to stay on this winning streak. I got mad music, but the problem with me is that I make all these fire songs and then I'm like, I gotta put it up perfectly. And I'm not practicing when I preach, when I give these motherfuckers advice, because I could be just saying, fuck it, I don't need anybody, I'm just dropping. I'm gonna just drop this shit. I don't need a perfect cover, I don't need a perfect video, I don't need anything perfect, I'm just gonna drop it. So that's the main goal for the next years coming, is to just be consistent and drop, because I have this built up catalog that I'm not dropping. I'm just dropping these snippets on my page. Yeah.
So you got stuff in the vault that's
man, shit. And then me and my bro Ralphie Sway, I don't know if you know Ralphie, but he another rock star, another culture creator, and we created a whole new project and a whole new genre on God. And the shit is made with real instruments, like basses. He plays the bass, I play the bass, I play the guitar, I play the synths, I know how to record myself. So this new genre we're creating, it sounds like Black Sabbath, instrumental wise. Like it sounds like we're making like a band, but it's just, we're not making our own band, we're making it sound like a band is playing, but it's just your own genre. And then we just created a garage band, and it's like Black Sabbath with the mix of Young Thug. So if you hear our vocals, it sounds like 2014 Young Thug, bro. So it's really different, and nobody else is doing it. And the main goal with that is to bring rock back to our people type shit, like, because natives and black people created the blues created rock. So that shit is ours. We're the rightful owners. And I know, and I'm not feeling any type of way to white people, but I can't wait till they steal our shit again, because we're gonna create a whole big thing, and then they can come take it, and they're gonna do their shit with it, make it bigger than we made it, and shit's historical. Yeah, everything is written.
No, it's history.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's what's up, man.
So that's the goal. With the music shit. Also, I got the clothing brand Arguments. Collection coming soon. I just went to the bank because I'm really I really am building my credit to the point where I could leverage the bank's money, because I don't want to be making money off of my own money. That's when you become the laborer to your own shit. And I'm gonna leverage the bank's money and take the top half off and just get rich. But arguments collection on the way.
Man, if y'all would have seen what he showed me, whoo!
Oh my god, I can't believe I made that shit,
tough.
Bro.
That's real tough. Like to me, it's finished product, ready to.
Just tapping into energy, bro. Tapping into energy wave. That's what I'm doing. That's how the greatest create the greatest shit, and that's the goal. Just to keep tapping in those energies. Keep creating the greatest shit this year. Keep dropping the best shit. My music is crazy. Like the rap shit I got is like. Damn, and I be like low-key sitting there thinking, bro, this is getting older day by day by day that I'm not putting it out. So that's really the main thing, consistency with the music, consistency with the clothes, consistency with leveraging credit in business. Yeah.
Everything. That's what's up, man. Dude, lastly, can you just, is there any people you want to shout out or any shout outs or, you know, I don't know, anybody that deserve that extra, you know what I mean?
Shout out the fucking Res, first of all, because I would not be here if it wasn't for the Res. I wouldn't even be creative. Like, shout out the Res, shout out the creator, shout out all the indigenous scenes and people that are coming up, because we're low-key building something that was never seen before. Like, all these indigenous motherfuckers, we all thought we couldn't do this shit, and now we're doing that shit. Creating culture, creating history, creating big movies like Reservation Dogs, and all these. I think Marvel even has some native shit. Like, that's crazy. So, shout out to all the natives. Shout out to myself, for real, because I would not be here if it wasn't for myself. Shout out to all my bros that are going hard with me and trying to do something big and not trying to be, like, sitting there being closed-minded about shit, thinking we gotta work jobs because we don't. That shit is gonna just keep us down working jobs.
That's what's up, man. Dang.
And then shout out to you and the motherfucking Transparent Podcast, bro, because that
you,
shit
man.
really inspired me. I really gotta create my own shit. I plan on creating a podcast called AEM, because me and the homie, me and Junior actually created this shit called AEM. It's always evolving mentally, and it's gonna be like a financial podcast for entrepreneurs and business creators and people who are really doing this shit. And I want to do it to do what Social Proof's doing, like giving people game, and at the same time surrounding myself with wealthy-minded people, because you are the people you surround yourself. Show me your friends, and you'll see your future type shit.
Man, this man knows something. That's dope, man. I appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
And whenever everything is going with the pod, let me know. I definitely go tap in.
Yeah, bro,
I'm gonna tell them to tap in. So keep an eye out for when that
AEM
comes.
Pod, AEM World, you dig?
It is.
Hell yeah.
But hey, man, lastly, just shout out. What's your socials? If people seeing this or they want to tap in, or you got anything you want to plug in?
My Instagram, and then my clothing Instagram is Arguments, AGRVMNTS, Arguments, and just keep your eyes open, because I'm gonna create so much fire shit. And even if y'all don't watch it, I'm gonna still do it, bruh. I'm on the mode right now where I'm like, who gives a fuck who sees it? I need to document all of this shit for my kids and my grandkids and the future coming, bro, because they could look back and be like, look, this was my grandpa when he was younger. He was really doing this shit. He was from the Res. Nobody made it out the Res. He was the first one. He was the first millionaire from the Res. Like, oh god.
The first one from the Res on Transparent too.
You did.
So man, hey, I appreciate when you get shape on camera, man. Super dope having you.
Yes, sir, Ski.
And to all the viewers out there, we want to thank you for tuning in and watching yet another episode of Transparent Podcast, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.
Let me go deeper. Not enough likes on Instagram. You could keep making video for likes. It's not enough. Eventually, it's going to betray you.
Parents, carry y'all kids to church so they can hear their word.